Okay, let me see if I can try to like, subscribe, ID in the Discovery channel. Yes, ID in the Discovery channel. The links are provided below. Get that Discovery Go app as well as that ID Go app. You might want to get those two things, combine them, make them into one. I'm trying to see because I recorded I recorded 5 of my videos, and they're all on each video, as I stated. Each time I upload the videos, I put them directly onto YouTube, and yet for some unknown reason, I was having issues of the videos pausing while I was talking. You guys noticed that. And so I took the time to record 5 other videos, and they're all the same, the slight same. And so when I went into my settings, for some unknown reason, I'm like completely digitalized out over here. The MacBook that I'm on is, in fact, yes, MacBook 2017 MacBook, right? And then I got this MacBook. I have a lot of devices going on over here, which tend to lead to issues when people come in here. Yes, in my device room, right? All type of gadgets. To have too much going on is to say there's going to be slight failure. So this is, in fact, a test video because I'm trying to see. I got my settings set to go to one external. In fact, on this 2017 MacBook, it's a brand new MacBook. The one I just did my 5 videos on, the one that I've been recording on the most. But I have where it's plugged, right? USB hub everything is plugged into, right? Keyboard. I got my interface. I got for Pro Tools my iLock. But more than anything, I got 2 external hard drives running on this Mac. One is, in fact, a 4 TB external hard drive, and the other one is a 500 gigabyte. And so that 500 gigabyte external I've had since 2010 on my Toshiba laptop, and I dropped it on the basement floor way back then as soon as I got it. So that is basically going near failure and death. But the strangest thing, how I have this set up, was to, in fact, go to one external and not to both. And for some unknown reason, it's almost as if it's split recording when I went and changed the setting. I don't understand what is going on with my process over here, because it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to only go to one external. So I got to make this video as a test and put it up on YouTube. You guys are going to see it because I need to make sure everything is right. But the videos that's going to follow this video are, in fact, those 5 videos I just said in the opening that is flickering and pausing and phasing out and all the rest, because I'm like, well, if I'm having an issue with this new Mac, I might, in fact, have to send it back to the manufacturer. I've actually been having issues with this since I got it, which is odd in itself. You buy something brand new, you will hope that it would in fact work. But when it comes to audio, the interface I'm using, the audio with the headphones and my mic set and all the rest sitting right here, right? I have to have Logic running. I don't know why that is. It seemed like the more they make these products, the more they're coming something a kink wise or something with the models that's being made in today and age. They're not as stable and sturdy that they used to be back in the past, because for me to have to run Logic just to have my sound and audio come in, because see, I can be listening like how I'm recording right now, but if I go get online, this interface will in fact not just automatically eject, which is why I had to leave Logic running, which makes the laptop completely hot. I don't understand that, the frustration in that, since day one with recording and all that. Because see, what I can do is just basically go back to using my old school Apple. I had this Apple since 2012. I never had any issues when I bought this Apple. I never had, that's the strangest thing. And what I always recommend people is, when you get a MacBook, never upgrade. If you can, never upgrade, because for some unknown reason it leads to the system destabilizing. Most people don't know that. You get can get an Apple and go to upgrade, there's a new whatever. And you go to upgrade, and that after then stuff don't work. Certain components won't even run with it. I've been on the internet since 1995, 1996, so I know what I'm saying. I actually had web TV when it first came out. The internet where you could actually scroll through internet on your TV. I'm deviced out over here, y'all. So this MacBook 2012, when I got the iPod Classic 500 gigabyte, I still got this 2012. It still run like it's brand new, and I use it if not every other day, every day, and it's still brand new, right? But I had to point that out because you don't want to have sound and all the images and everything flickering while you're doing something on YouTube. You want to keep that and maintain that professional as possible. And yet screen is all type of things that goes in with this bit rate, all type of things. And so that's what's going on, because see, that old external, when I was on, because I use Hootsuite to post manually to my social media accounts, I kept saying it's dying. That's what I kept saying, calling it out. Is dying. Right? So that was the point and purpose of me going to get that 4TB from Best Buy. Having a 4TB is the best thing you can have video wise, because you don't ever, I recommend that because it's more space. And with the 500 gigabyte, what I never like is because there's a like a spindle on the inside. With everything these hard drives have, there's a spinning and speed with that. So what I notice is, I could be wrong, I could be right, I could be wrong. The size of a unit, 500 gigabyte is not a lot. To some people it is, that's not really used to that size. The slower the spin. So when you're having an output like this output, or where I have it automatically, I don't save anything. That's another recommendation of mine. I don't save anything on my hard drive internally. This MacBook, the only thing I've ever saved on this MacBook from way back in 2012 was like my writings. But if I can, I try not to save anything. And this is in fact a 500 gigabyte. I think the new one is too, 500 or 600. But internally, I always try to make sure I don't use internal space for photos or nothing. None of that. I always try to, and I always highly recommend you always use external if you can. Never use your internal for recording purposes. That's a no-go, because you're going to shrink your size out. Before you know it, you're going to have to pay whatever hundreds of dollars for a new hard drive internal, right? HD, whatever, right? So 500 gigabyte, what I notice, I usually hear it when it's spinning. When I will record the videos on here, I will have it automatically go to that external, and I can hear it spinning as well as slowing down. You don't never want to have that whole process going on anytime you're recording videos, because it makes your videos look not high quality, as if they're stalling out. Right now, I'm completely forwarding all these videos to go to that new 4TB. Which the speed and everything, I don't even hear it running. I hear my Mac fan and all the rest. But you want something high quality as much as you can get it, in the size as you can get it. I was going to get an 8TB or possibly bigger. They come much more bigger than that. But it's always good, and I recommend that way back then, 2010. If you can get something as big as you can, get it for that. Especially to be on YouTube or anything with video, because video uses a lot of space. The more space, some stuff spins and slow down as it's doing its routing process, right? Because that's all data. Let me not get carried away with that. But somebody out there would in fact need to know what is wrong with these YouTube videos that you are uploading. Something is wrong where it's flickering and all. I just told you what is wrong. And not only with this MacBook, I in fact have, outside of that, this MacBook I'm on right now, and this MacBook, I actually have a Toshiba on the other side of the room. I don't have 2 laptops, I have 3. I have 2 phones as well because I'm the type of individual buy 2 of everything. It's the best. The best thing you could always do, if you can in life, is to have 2 of everything. And people don't realize my mindset. They think, well, you're doing this for what? You're doing this and that for what? You're doing this and that to keep up. That's the point of doing this and that. So I have a phone. You will more likely hear this phone go off. You're going to hear this while I'm on YouTube. That's one phone. This is my other phone. And then I got my pad. All this stuff goes off. The calendar, all my stuff is all electronically hooked together. So when one calendar, as you're hearing it go off while I'm doing my YouTube videos, you're hearing a calendar go off on this phone. It's also going off on this phone, which is also going off on this, yes, pad device, as well as this MacBook and the other one. You don't, people got to understand the mindset and the mind frame. There's a lot of people out here that, well, I can't say a lot of people, but there's individuals that, in fact, they don't like me because how I do things, even in presentation, how I dress and look, or however I do anything, and yet I do things to keep myself ahead of the game and not behind the game. Does that make sense? To have 2 phones is to say, well, one go out, got another one right there. The emergency phone. To have 2 phones is a good deed, right? To self. Not only that, to lay down anywhere is to say, well, I want to be online and I might not want to use my phone. That in fact uses up a lot of battery and not conserve it. So why not have a pad for that sort of thing, right? You don't want to always have your laptop laying with you somewhere. You can spill something on that sort of thing. Helps to be wise with that. Let me see how much recording I can get, because I'm trying to record as much as I can to see what is going to flicker on the playback with that. That's just in fact how life just, things don't always go your way, right, when you try on the first try. And yet it helps to keep trying, because see, somebody else would have said, well, I'm not gonna upload this, and for me, I can't sit and redo all those videos. Times is wasting. My deepest apologies with that, but to have this paperwork over here and that paperwork over here and this undecided about this, and then I'm running Hootsuite to run multiple accounts with that. That's why I haven't been all on Facebook like that, because I'm outside doing other stuff. It's to say, well, what is done, I'm not going to go back and redo it. You have to bear with me on that, because real business people try to do what they can. I guess I could have edited, and even that's going to take time. But I still got mail that's, coming into my inbox and all that other stuff that I got to get to. That separates the winners from the losers. See, winners and losers, there's a difference with that sort of thing. Yet when you a winner, you come out on the camera just like I am, and you apologize for the mistakes that have happened and occurred. I got too many devices around here for all this technical difficulty issues to be going on, and yet situations happen, and yet other winners would in fact forgive me for that sort of thing, and yet losers wouldn't. They'll say, oh, you got janky this and this. No, I got brand new everything going on. The Mac I'm on is in fact, yes, brand new, because see, the open, when did I started uploading Asia degree videos, and yet I was using a pad to do that in black and white, and then I switched up to video. That's the most I have ever used this laptop, brand new 2017 laptop, and yet as soon as I started doing Jolie Musa and with all that, I started using this Mac the most, because I was more so doing stuff on here. That's how it in fact goes. And I in fact got tape. You see that? Because why do I got tape on my Mac? People want to know. I in fact resets my Macs myself. I don't take it to no, I'm not a hardware genius. No, I'm not. That military tape right there. The SMC clock. Sometimes it's good to reset your clock. Instead of taking it to the Mac store and having them do it, I in fact unscrew everything myself and take it out. You got to take the battery out, and yes, with the power button and plug and all that to reset everything. That clock sometimes has to in fact be reset. And I'm not going to be trying to, especially if 2012 was so many years ago, I'm not going to in fact spend no extra money with something being out of warranty to do that. It helps to get your hands dirty on your own end and do it yourself. That's a quick science tip from my own end to yours. Because once things start going out of warranty, is to say, well, they charged me how much to reset my clock? I could have did that myself. I in fact do. Because the little screws, that's why the tape is on here. Them little bitty tiny screws, they have it set like that, so you have to take it into them. And yet what I just did, in fact used the slight tip of a knife. Not a butter knife, like more like a butcher knife. I used a slight tip and slowly went in on the curve like that to pop that screw out. I got the screw pop back in, but still you want this so that just in case, because once you're going in something like that manually, you don't want to be losing screws and then carrying this around. I carry this Mac sometimes out with me. You don't want screws that you done took a loose popping out. That'll in fact make the whole casing come out once you're out somewhere. I'm a nerdy geek squad on my own, and as in I don't need the geek squad from even Best Buy to help me with that. So let's let the tape roll for a little bit to see with this when I upload it to YouTube, to see what the quality is going to be with that. Because see, look, people a lot of times, like my mom, I in fact recommended a 500 gigabyte. She didn't want to get one. My thing is, if you're going back and forth to Africa like you do, or anywhere overseas, you in fact want to have something that size for photographs. People that take a lot of pictures, you want to get something. You don't want to be cheap with things. People don't want to spend money on things that is going to be affording them possibly opportunity, because you don't never know what's the point of photographs to begin with, as in what they can be used for in the future. You never know how you might in fact want to market yourself and to have space for millions of photos. I think with this new 4 TB I got, I forgot how many it said. I think it said 2 million photos that I can fit on this 4 TB. That's a lot of photos. But for a 500 gigabyte, remember I had that, once again, this is the third time I'm saying this, I had that 500 gigabyte since 2010, and it's still not full. Remember, I do a lot of writing. I would download video type of stuff, just all type of stuff that I will put on there, my own creation, and it's still not full. I think I got possibly 200 and something gigabytes left on that 500 gig. You see what I'm saying? And I'm online constantly doing stuff, using up space constantly. I would recommend that, the 500 gigabyte, to people that don't want to go up on the pricing, spending money. I would recommend that to you, just like I recommended it to my mom. Because for some people, they might feel, well, that 4 TB is a little bit too much. But it's always, this is the safe game. What I learned as a kid is, it's always good to have too much of something than too less, if you can afford it. That's why I have so many devices around me. People say, well, you're like one of them tech kids. Well, you can call me what you want, because I gotta be deviced out with that. But it always helps to have too much of something than too less of something. Always remember I said that, because there's nothing worse than having 50 million pictures you want to keep, and then going and uploading a video using up hard drive space or something, and now you can't fit the video on it, or you can't fit nothing else on it, and you don't want to delete what you already have there. I come across people with that issue. Well, I don't want to delete this, or I don't want to delete that. And now I'm thinking to myself, well, if you would have did what I told you to get the biggest space you can get, you wouldn't have this issue with the hard drive. But people, they don't listen to me. And then when it's an issue, they whine and cry and bug you about everything else with that. So I think that's all to be said for now. I think with my iPod, let me see. Let me check this, because I like space. When I get stuff, I like, sorry, no, sir, on this. Anytime I go into Apple store or anywhere, because I buy all my stuff Apple anyway, I want y'all to give me the biggest space. My maximum, I will say I will go up above 500. I think this new, did I say that already? I think this is a 600 or something. I know it's more than 500. But I always like to tell them, if you can give me 500, yes, I will take that 500. Because it's classic. Notice it got tape around. I tape everything up. I tape my cords up like this because when I walk around with it in my pocket, once you get the bending cords, I do this with every headset that I have. I use military tape on even that, because once it get the bending, then I got to go get some more headphones, and that's a disaster waiting in line. Oh, excuse me. Let me see how many gigs I have left, if it will show me. Because I think I got about 100 gigs left on here. Oops, no I don't. I in fact got 3. That's a long time. Did I say 2012 when I got this. I said that already for the third time. 2012 I got this Apple Classic, right? I done painted on it and everything, personalized it and all that, right? It's got my name on the back, right? 500 gigabyte is this, and now it's got 3.9 gigabytes. That's a long time to have something and it's now just being filled up. I probably won't fill it no more because everything that I want is on there. All the albums, I got rock and roll, I got, heavy metal type of stuff, I got old school rap, classic R&B, I got all that on here. Alanis Morissette, Metallica, I got all type of good stuff on here. Everything. Roxanne Shante, anybody you can think of, Talib Kweli, Kendrick Lamar, everybody. I got I got some stuff from Oprah, Super Soul Sunday podcast and all that other stuff. My dog is sneezing. Can you hear him? I just like stuff like that, space wise, cause that prevents problems, space wise, and having backups. Because see, when I was really heavy into, like, this MacBook right here that I'm talking to you on has Pro Tools 12 on it. And I think I said that on another video. It has Pro Tools 12 on it. And not only that, it has, hold on, let me see something right quick. It's got a lot. It's got Final Cut Pro, right? Final Cut Pro, but I got a whole bunch of stuff that comes with that Final Cut Pro, in which I haven't completely used. So to have brand new stuff is to say, well, if there's an issue, is there a backup somewhere? Some people, and I already said that before, when I had interfaces, I got interfaces that I was recording on. I possibly wouldn't use it on this new Mac. My dog is throwing up because he possibly done choked on something. A hairball or something. I'll get to him in a second. Pardon. So did he? No, he didn't throw up. He was just coughing. But the interface that I had from way back in 2008, 2009, I still have those. When I was using Pro Tools 10 to record, Pro Tools 10, that was way back in 2010. I still have the M Audio and all that, M2. M-Box 2, M2, right? All that came with that, I still got that to foot the bill. I keep all my stuff. I'm not one of these people that just run out and go buy stuff because everybody else going buying it. Because what I learned on the market, what they do, demand of product, they'll release stuff quickly and it'll be within the price range, sometimes higher, and yet it's defective from the manufacturer. What is he chewing on? It'll be defective from the manufacturer. And about time you get it, it's broke. That's why I don't just randomly go get stuff like that. Randomly buy stuff. I got too many devices and animals. You see my doggy? She's trying to get up on my lap. Chill out. I'm trying to talk here. So what I do is I keep whatever with me that is not broken. I try to take good care of maintenance of all my equipment and all that other stuff. Seeming I'm a recording head as well, right? Maybe on another video I'll elaborate more into the stuff that I actually own around me, so you guys can in fact see what I have and what I used to be recording on, my starting out process with that. But I keep all that stuff around me. I don't want to just throw it away and give it away to people that's not going to take care of it. I don't like stuff like that. I would rather keep it myself and use it when something else break down. That's what true pure record heads do. They don't just give their stuff away all like that. My music keyboards, I think I showed a video of that, how I got 2 music keyboards in here. And then I had a little one that I practiced on that was sitting behind me in one of my videos. I keep all my stuff. I'm not giving my stuff to anybody just to be giving it to somebody. That's a no-go. People don't take care of stuff as good as you do. Which is why my Toshiba laptop is over there sitting where it is, because I'm still trying to think if I'm going to put Windows XP on it. I like to go old school. That's in memory, yes, of the old school Bill Gates and Steve Jobs days with Apple and IBM and all that other stuff. I like to remain old school on the property despite me buying new school technology, but I ain't want to be chasing what everybody is doing with that. I like to stick with what I got, because when I'm asked, well, like my phone being Verizon, when I'm asked, well, don't you want the new iPhone? No, I just recently got this. You don't want it what everybody got? Hell no. Because if it's a glitch or something and then all y'all turn around whining, I like to get stuff that's name brand product, and yet it's what everybody's not running to get. So that way when it's a headache, I ain't got to stand behind 50 million people that's having the same issue and hearing them whine and complain about that. I'll pass on that. It helps to be different. So I think that's all to be said for now. Yeah, I think that's all to be said for now. There's nothing else to be said for now. I like real life everyday conversation. I could, because what I was gonna do is upload, and I said that already, how I said I was gonna upload more videos about me speaking randomly, right? For me, it helps to have a script with me more so than just freely talking, because if I just freely talk, I'm gonna be aimless everywhere. Never know what's gonna come out my mouth with that. But yeah, so I think that's all I'll be said for now. Enjoy your day. I'll enjoy mine. Leave a comment. I guess just leave a comment or something. Maybe I should leave a comment or something. So I'm gone for now. Take care. Enjoy the day. And I'm gone.